The patterns that we see in the heaven have been the same since the very moment that God spoke light. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years, and let them be the lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And of course, God made two great lights, the sun and the moon. That's clearly what it references. Now, our experience and scripture tells us that the stars we see in the sky have been the same since God placed them there in the beginning. Now, once again, can we prove that? No, we can't prove that. But you know what we do have is actually the study of archaeoastronomy will actually give credence, and you could even say evidence or actual proofs to say that no, the pattern of the sun and the moon and the stars in the sky have been the same since the dawn of time. Once again, when we look archaeoastronomically, right, when this is basically the notion that archaeological sites are connected to astronomy above, right, obviously, and that they're actually encoding this sort of stuff. Chichen Itza, the shadows of light and darkness, the light and the shadows, that sort of stuff, forms a serpent. Everybody, I'm pretty sure, knows this. Goes down, and I think this happens on the equinox, right? Half day, half night, equal day and night, that sort of thing. Still works today. When God put that sun and made the path in the sky, it was consistent. And it's been consistent for a very long time. Angkor Wat. How about Newgrange? Actually, once again, here's Kasar Koran. Once again, light comes right in. Keheren Tepe, Turkey. Once again, that this is a stone calendar, and as far as we can tell, still works. Which means what? That would necessitate that when the sun and the moon were put in the sky, when God put them in the sky, they haven't changed. Whoever built this, the sun has been the exact same, year after year after year. Machu Picchu. Scotland, of course, right? How about this? Now, when I said, hey, the stars of Orion have been the same in the sky, well, this is the Anasazi star cities, right? Where basically you could even see that the Anasazi, they did an as above, so below. And so what do you have here? Of course, you have the stars in Orion being represented by their third mesa, first mesa, second mesa, their cities, even a Canyon de Shelley. It's the Pinion. What is that? It's the star in Orion's, his sword or whatever you want to call it. So, as far as we can tell, star patterns have been the same. Whoever created this. Let's watch this. This is Jim Vieira talking about how there's a bunch of mounds in New England, and you actually see this in Europe and stuff like that. And at least the ones he's visited, and specifically, he'll show you that I think it's the winter solstice sun still comes right up, right to the entrance.
This about a mile from that tunnel in Goshen. Here's the Goshen Equinox Chamber. This is one of hundreds of these structures in New England. So it's very well made. It's at about 1,400 feet facing east. My friends and I went up there, not this winter, last winter, to see if it was oriented to the winter solstice. Half of the chambers of New England that still exist are oriented to the equinox sunrise or the winter solstice sunrise, like the chambers in Europe and elsewhere. So we went up. The sun was months away, and we said, let's go back next March 20th and see what happens. So this was my Raiders of the Lost Ark moment. I'm in the chamber, and my friends are outside. And as it comes up at 6 in the morning, right down the pipe.
So there you have it. Here's random in New England, and he's even talking about the ones in Europe and stuff like that we have no idea who built these, how old they are, and guess what they still do? Aligned to the sun. Every single one of these archaeoastronomically aligned temples around the world still work. So if somebody is going to come along, any researcher that says, well, no, back in the day the sun was 360 and now it's 365 or whatever it is, there is zero proof of this at all. None. I did a documentary called Frank's Hill and the Ancient Mound Builders of Wisconsin, and just about an hour and a half, I think maybe something like that, from my hometown, there's a bunch of old mounds. And what you can absolutely prove, and this is what Frank did, he actually got some people from the university to go and show that these mounds were calendars, and that they still today, and you can do this, they map this rising and setting of the sun in throughout the year. And there's even 12 mounds. So you start from this side, and on the left there's like a woman there, and there's like a serpent and that sort of stuff, right? And you look across from the mound that's right across, and there's 12 conical mounds, and they absolutely represent the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun in the year, and it still works today. You can also show that all of these other not all of them, but at least the ones I show in the video, or the one or two I show in the video, I want to say, are astronomically aligned, which means, as far as we can tell, when the sun was put in the sky, when the moon was put in the sky, when God placed them there, they've been the same since the dawn of time. How about the serpent mound? Once again, still works. Whoever made this, we have no idea. How old is it? We have no idea. Could be hundreds of years old, could be thousands. But guess what it still does? It actually maps and tracks all sorts of things, actually. But this is just on the right there. You can see this is the full moon rise positions. Still works today. So if there was any deviation or derivation or whatever of the sun's path and went from 365 to 360 or whatever, well, then I guess you have to refute every single one of these.